just the wrestling's not fake.
Wrestling's fake. Wrestling's not fake!
It's this kind of attitude that got him a show. Wrestling Reality One-on-One with Justin LaBar.
December 18th, WWE Raw and all the superstars coming to Pittsburgh, Consol Energy Center. Get your tickets now. The tagline, it is very accurate. It is the best value in entertainment. Tickets as low as $20. Great fun all night long. And my guest at this time, he'll be in Pittsburgh on December 18th. And currently, what champion are you, sir?
I'm the tag team champions.
He is
Even though it's not grammatically correct. It is what I say.
That is Daniel Bryan, of course. He is the tag team champions, of course, alongside Kane right now. Daniel, yes, no, I am the tag team champions. A hug, even a goat face. It seems everything you do, say, or look like is just turning into money. Can you talk about that? What is the secret to the success lately?
Do you know what? I have no idea. I think it's just repetition. Like, for example, Ryback comes out and people chant, "Feed me more." Does anybody know, what he's talking about? Other than, maybe he eats a vast quantity of food? I mean, and I know that the Ryback does eat a lot of food. But other than that, people don't know what they're doing. They hear it so much. It's just fun to do, and it's fun to throw your arms in the air and swing them down and stuff like that. I think it's the same thing with all this kind of stuff. It's fun. It's fun to chant "Hug It Out" at two dudes. You know what I mean? It's just a fun atmosphere, and I think that's what we try to do in WWE a lot of times, is provide a fun environment for everybody to come in and have a good time.
Well, Danny, you should get the crowd chanting, give Daniel Bryan a world title match, and that'll be repetitive, and it should all happen. I think that's the way it works.
Right. Well, the thing is I had so many world title matches this year. I was actually really pleased. My first, non-title pay-per-view match was SummerSlam, because I was the world champion in January, and so every pay-per-view until I lost it at WrestleMania, wrestled for it again in April. Then I wrestled CM Punk for it the next couple pay-per-views, and then SummerSlam was the first one where I actually wasn't going for a title. So,
which, by the way, speaking of SummerSlam, I have to tell you this real quick. A couple years ago, when you made your return to WWE at SummerSlam, all kinds of people were very excited for the pay-per-view, and there was an open spot on John Cena's team, and I kept getting flooded with emails and tweets of all these guesses of who it would be, and it was some of the craziest guesses. But I kept getting The Rock and Daniel Bryan, and of course you were fired at that point. And I remember I had a famous quote saying, "Daniel Bryan will not be at SummerSlam. Please leave me alone." And sure enough, you made a fool out of me.
Yeah, yeah. Well, that was actually super secret. As far as bringing me in, because they didn't ask me back after they fired me until just right before SummerSlam. And I want to say Pat Patterson had a lot to do with that, as far as hey, people are chanting for this guy, we should probably bring this guy back. And so I can only imagine if people thought it was The Rock, the people who thought it was The Rock, how disappointed they were when I came out. Oh, it's going to be The Rock, it's going to be The Rock. Daniel Bryan, this guy won one match by roll-up the entire time he was in WWE before this. So yeah.
I was happy for you, but I also sunk in my chair with disappointment for one moment. But,
right. Oh, I wanted to smell what The Rock was cooking.
Talking to Daniel Bryan, he's going to be here in Pittsburgh, Consol Energy Center, with WWE. It's going to be Raw, December 18th. Get your tickets now. And Daniel, kind of jumping ahead of that, before that SummerSlam, I think it's safe to say you're not a typical Vince McMahon guy, or a typical WWE guy, maybe, on a lot of ways. When we first saw you on NXT, you had a great match with Chris Jericho. Talk to me about the whole process of you even getting an opportunity in WWE. I mean, how did you even get signed? I mean, you're this smaller guy who's not really tan. You're a vegan at the time. Talk to me about how you got through the obstacles.
I have no idea, because Brian Kendrick, so this was my contract with Ring of Honor expired in May of 2009, and I thought, okay, here's a chance. I'm going to try to pursue WWE and see what comes of it. If nothing comes of it, that's okay, And so Brian Kendrick was looking for the tag team partner at the time. He was the Brian Kendrick, and he was looking for the tag team partner, and he wanted it to be me. So he said, hey, fly yourself to, I want to say it was Oakland or something like that, and and because they know everybody knows you can wrestle. They just want to see if you can do promos, if you can actually talk, because that's been the knock on me for years. And then so that we went in and we did these pre-tape, we did these interviews in this room and stuff like that, and they went really well. But then Bryan got let go, and I thought, oh my gosh, like, okay, well, I'll just keep doing what I'm doing, no big deal. I enjoy wrestling on the Indies and Japan and stuff. And then, like 3 weeks after he got let go, John Laurinaitis called me up and offered me a contract. How it happened, why it happened, I have no idea. I didn't know if they had NXT on the mind then or what the deal was. But then I sat at home for like 3 months, and then they put me on NXT. So,
Daniel, you got to be one of the strongest leaders. Not necessarily on purpose, but you're one of the strongest leaders, of course, to the pure hardcore fans, and those same fans, they usually want tradition, they want more old school and such and such. And one of those things those fans seem to always have in common is they want the revitalization of the tag team division. Well, we're seeing that right now. It's very entertaining. Talk to me about being a major part of that right now, as you're, of course, holding the tag team gold.
Well, I think a lot of it is just that they haven't. I don't know why, because tag team wrestling is so fun and different from everything else, and there's so many things that you can do. But throughout the last 5 years, they've only put emphasis on it on and off, and it seems like it's only when they've got a team that's like two guys that they perceive as stars, like Miz and Big Show, or Chris Jericho and Big Show, when DX was the tag team champions. But then as soon as it went to Tyson Kidd and D.H. Smith, like then all of a sudden you didn't really see the titles on TV anymore. And so I don't know why they decided to put why they've decided to put more focus on it now that me and Kane are the tag team champions, but it might just be because they see entertainment value in it, and where the tag team titles go after that, I have no idea. But we've actually got some very entertaining tag teams right now. Some teams that is going to make a really good division, and that's we've got Sin Cara and Rey Mysterio. You've got the primetime players who everybody seems to hate, but to me are tremendously entertaining. You know what I mean? Like, they go out there and do their millions of dollars things. There's the Rhodes Scholars, which is Cody Rhodes, and I always forget his name because this is one of my problems. I always remember people's independent names and not their WWE names.
Damian Sandow.
Damian Sandow, yeah. So Damian Sandow and Cody Rhodes, which are really fun, entertaining tag teams. So I think the tag team division is about to pick up here pretty soon, but hopefully it does, because I think it adds a variety to the show. Absolutely,
especially when the team name is Team Hell No. Talk about Kane. I mean, when Kane was making his mark, coming into WWE, you were probably in high school, and now you're alongside of him with, what is arguably the most entertaining thing every single week on WWE programming. Talk about working with him.
Yeah, I mean, it's been actually a real treat, and we're such polar opposites as far as our mindset and stuff go. But we actually bond over a few things. We bond over. We feel like there's an upcoming financial collapse, and we're both getting ready for it. So we bond over that. We like kind of the same kind of books and stuff like that, But yeah, it's been really good because he's a very good leader. He's very intelligent as far as he knows exactly what he's doing when he's out there and that sort of thing. And he's very open to having fun. There's a lot of he's been put in a lot of weird, strange situations over his career. And so, like, there'd be a lot of veteran guys who, when asked to hug a dude in the middle of the ring, with a pink ring rope surrounding it, might be a little hesitant about it. You know what I mean? I can't ever imagine the Undertaker doing that. You know what I mean? Like, but Kane he's up for anything. You know what I mean? And he's always trying to make things the best they can possibly be. So it's been a lot of fun.
Real quick, and you got to answer honestly, how many times do you bust out laughing? These segments have been very entertaining, whether it be the anger management or whether it be the diner scenes. They're different from normal wrestling promos. They're not one take, one camera. They're very Hollywood style. How many times do you bust out laughing?
Actually, none. it's actually been very, very, because I'm not good at keeping a straight face. I have lost it multiple times on live television, like with the Hug It Out segment with Kane, and like I've literally lost it a couple times. Like I start smiling and stuff, and I'm pretty bad at that. But with those vignettes, for some reason, I'm able to hold it in until they say cut. And then when they say cut, then I smile and do whatever. But I was very impressed with myself, and then on the flip side of that, we do a live segment with me, Kane, and Edge. All like they're inviting me in for this triple man hug, and I can barely keep my stuff together. You know what I mean? So I have my moments where I have a hard time keeping a straight face.
Well, I think when we see your face cracking, I think it makes it all the funnier. December 18th here in Pittsburgh, Consult Energy Center. It's going to be a special night. All the superstars from Raw, of course, including Daniel Bryan himself. The best value in entertainment. If you've never been to a WWE show, you need to get out there. It's as low as $20 for ticket prices. It is worth the evening. Or if you've already been there, I got a good feeling you're going to return. Daniel, thank you very much for taking time out of your busy schedule. It's been fun.
All right, thank you very much.